What's up, guys? It's your friend Jack, and today we're going to be talking a bit about online entrepreneurship, online business, and pushing yourself and burning out. So over the past few days, I have been pretty, slow on my tasks that I usually do. Usually I have daily tasks to accomplish, including, working on my online businesses, doing the YouTube video, and more. However, in the past few days, I have been very, very burnt out, and I decided it was better than keeping to work burnt out, rather to take a small 2 to 3 day break and still make YouTube videos, because I don't feel like YouTube videos really put that much stress on me. I like making them and I like putting them out. I enjoy making YouTube videos, so it's hard to get burnt out of something you really enjoy. However, other things like Amazon KDP, print on demand, other online business models are a bit more taxing. They do take a lot more effort from me because it's not something I enjoy the process of as much as making YouTube videos. So this video is pretty much just to talk about burnout, pushing yourself too hard, and balancing work, your life, like relationship, balancing things in time, and trying to build up an obsession with the things you do want to accomplish, so you do not get burnt out nearly as often, if ever. And when I say if ever, example would be YouTube. For me, YouTube doesn't make me feel burnt out. It feels like something I really want to do. And when you want to do something, it's a lot easier to keep doing it over and over again, day after day, even if it's not a habit. But if you make something a habit and it's hard to do after like 2 months of doing it, for example, for me, that would be making t-shirt designs every day. It's gotten harder to do because I'm doing it for so long. It's a bit taxing on me now, so I've slowed down in that department, and I want to basically reassess what I'm doing. I've reassessed my goals, reassessed my plans, and I don't want to change my goal, but sometimes you do need to change your plans. And when you're burnt out, that's probably not the best time to change your plans. So if you're feeling burnt out or discouraged or just tired, take a 2 to 3 day break and give yourself that time off, because building these online businesses, it's not really a race. Really, it's a marathon, because the longer you can last and continue to work on these things over time, that's going to show, how successful you are. It really is a marathon. It's not a sprint. There is competition out there, yes, but the longer you stay in the game, the more chance you have of seeing success in whatever way it may come to you. So what I'm basically saying is that it's okay to be, burnt out or tired. You should be okay with feeling that way, because everyone's going to feel that way. So you need to take a break sometimes, give yourself some time, and, come back to what you need to do a few days later or a week later, however long you need. Don't take too long. Don't dwell on the fact that you took a break and you can't get that time back. Don't dwell on that, because then you will take an indefinite break. So basically today's video is just talking about burnout. Everyone's going to have it at some point or another. I think the easiest way around it is to just take a break when you're feeling a bit burnt out. It doesn't have to be a long break. It could just be one day. However, sometimes it's nice to take a little bit longer of a break if you've been going for a while and, feeling a little bit burnt out and still going. I find the more you work while you're burnt out, the longer break you're probably going to need to feel, re-energized. Another thing I think you can do is read books. Reading books gives you a lot of motivation. Self-help books, really, not like fantasy books. Actual, helpful books that are more insightful. I do have a list of books. If you want to know them, let me know. But I think reading books is also a great way to re-energize yourself, get some like thinking back in your brain, and get some food to your brain, really, because you need to feed your brain as well. You do feed your body, but feeding your brain is pretty important, and books help with that a lot. So that's another thing I would suggest doing. Last thing I would suggest doing if you're burnt out, other than taking a break and doing things to get your brain going again, I would suggest trying to focus in the future going forward, kind of building an obsession. And that's something I'm still trying to do. But building an obsession is a very, very strong thing you can do to really, really dive right into your goals, dive right into what you need to do. Because when you have an obsession, it's really hard to stop you, or it's really hard to get demotivated or get burnt out. It doesn't happen nearly as often, pretty much never. Like when you're obsessed with something, you go crazy for that thing. You are always thinking about it, and you will always be doing that thing because you're always thinking about it. Even when you're not doing it and you're thinking about it, you want to do it. So really the anticipation is there, everything is there, everything in your mind that you're thinking about is like, okay, I want to do it, I got to do it, I'm gonna do it. So you do it. And that's why an obsession about anything is gonna result usually in that thing you're obsessing about, whether it be bad or good. If you're obsessing about something, it's probably gonna happen. If you're obsessing about the fact that you're not gonna get that job, then you're probably not gonna get that job if you keep thinking about it. So you're gonna basically make it true for yourself by just thinking about it so much. You're gonna create the situation where you don't get the job yourself in your habits and the things you do, just because you're thinking about not getting it. However, when you're thinking about like making money online, and that's all you can think about, right? Your goal, which probably wouldn't be make money online, that probably wouldn't be your goal. Your goal is probably something a little bit more personal or passionate, something you can be passionate about. Like your goal may be, I want to live free of a 9-to-5 job. I want to live on my own terms and do what I want when I want. That's a pretty good goal. And that goal is something you can definitely get passionate about, right? It's something you can definitely get obsessive about, especially if you've been in the 9-to-5 job for a long time and been hating it, and especially if you've been in any situation where you know what you don't want. So really, that's the last thing I would do if I was feeling burnt out, or in the future after I get my rest after feeling burnt out. I'm always going to be focusing on building an obsession, because an obsession is something that can really like fast track and get you head on course to what you need. And something I've been obsessed about in the past couple months is, not working a 9-to-5 job. And I think I've accomplished that to the point where I can live at home, pay a small amount of rent, and right now I don't have to worry about working a 9-to-5 job. And sometimes I let that go over my head. I'm very fortunate for that. And even though I'm burnt out, I don't have to worry about much. I have a very good situation at home, and I really should be grateful for that. But sometimes when you know what you don't want, and you see that you're in a 9-to-5 job, or you are not happy, it makes it even more apparent that what you do want, you really need to get. So an obsession then is formed. So yeah, that's really all I have to say today. It's kind of a long talking video. It wasn't that long, but burnout. I did a video on this months and months back. I'll link it down in the description. I have changed a lot talking to the camera as a person since that video. I think it's really interesting to see just a few months ago how I treated this subject and how I talked about it. So honestly, if you want to see that, I'll link the video in the description. It was actually really interesting for me to look back and see the huge difference that just a few short months can have after, reading books, doing my thing, and learning a lot over the past, 6 months or whatever. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please smash the like button. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to this point of the video, comment down burn below, BURN. And I'll see you guys in the next freaking video. Stay blessed. Keep striving. Peace.